Hello, it's Andy Kettle again from Servo Components Systems. You may remember in an earlier video we showed you putting a CVM program together, and I promised that I'd look at how you set it up and run. Well, my setup here has got no real inputs, so I'm going to have to simulate it using the input monitor, which looks like this. So what we've done here, we've got input 1 is set as enable amplifier. Input 2 is set as an index input. Take my word for it, but I'll show you in a moment. Input 2 is set for an index command. Inputs 3 and 4 select the program that we're going to run. And I'll show you how that's set in a minute. Input 5 is the go command, so it actually starts the program off. And input 6 we've set up as a switch for telling the home input. So when it's high, it assumes it's on. And so the way we set the home up, it has to see the switch first, and then it moves at a slower speed off the switch and then stops. So I shall be using those off the screen to actually show it running. So it's coming off here. So in the setup, you can see I've got a number of BCD inputs 2 starting at input 3. So inputs 3 and 4 are used to select the program. So in this setup we can have 4 programs running. And as I've got the switches set, they decode as number 1, which means I'm going to run sequence 1, the one I wrote in an earlier video. Okay. So in the setup again, I've also got input 5, which is the go command. So that will start the program running. So these can be from digital inputs if you like, but I'm just going to change the polarity of them using the digital input functions. Okay. And then finally, in the program, you may remember we've got a wait for input, and I'm using input 2 for that. So we saved it, we run it from here, and it will run from power up. And now in the inputs, I'm then going to start it running, and you can see the first thing it does, you'll see in the video here, the motor is running at a high speed. Now I change the switch, the home switch, it slows down and runs back the other way, and when I take it off the switch, it stops. So now we've homed. Actually, if I bring this on the screen, you can get an idea as to what the inputs are actually doing. So now we've got input 2 is the index, and we've got 2 inputs, 2 positions rather. So the first one is programmed to go to 2048 position, and you'll see it move a quarter of a rev. If I turn it off and back on again, oh, okay. So deliberate mistake on the last video, but deliberate because I'm now going to show you how to fix it. You probably saw it move twice. Okay, so let's take a look at the program. So I'm going to stop the program and just run through it then. So we're waiting for an input, so waiting for a time to start up, then we home it, wait for an input, move, set an output, wait for an input, move, set output, oh, conditional jump, go to 4, then it moves again. That's why we've got the 2 moves together then. So what I need in here is another wait for input. So if I go click on that and then do a copy and then say put it here and then paste, and now we're going to save it to flash. Okay, just to remind you of the moves, we've got move 1, which is 2048, which is a quarter of a rev, and move 2, which is 8192, which is complete rev. And because we're in absolute move, it will never do more than 1 rev. So I'm going to run it. I'm going to go back now to input 5 and start it. And now I'm going to home it. You can see it's homing, it's moving. If I move this again, see it's moving. Now I'm going to hit the switch, come off the switch, and it stops. Now I'm going to index it, which was input 2. Had to remember myself then. Input 2, it should move to the first position. So you saw it move a quarter of a rev. With a bit of luck this time, it should move. Okay, only one move now. Now when I do it again, pulse input 2 again. There we go. Moving between the two positions. And that's it for this short video. Thank you for watching.